Hello everybody, my name is Mike Luby. I'm with Baytree Lending and I'm here today to give you a quick tour of the Borrow Smart Repay Smart mortgage financing analysis software that I've been using for my purchase and refinance clients. It's also being used by certain associates that I know who are very excited, as am I, about all the features within this powerful, effective tool. You'll see that as we go along. So let's get started. When I click on the Ask button at the start, I can put in all the client information here, just basic info, but the main thing to put in is the total gross annual income, and then figure out the state and federal tax bracket and enter that in that field, because the system generates pre-tax and after-tax figures, so it's very important to remember to put that in for me. Here is where the current liabilities are entered, and in this scenario we're just doing a rate and term refinances, no credit cards or card payments involved. And in this box is where I put the important objectives of the client, so we know what their goals are. And here are the suitability questions. The main two are, of course, how long will you live in this house and how soon would you like to pay it off. And also, the client was very concerned with having some liquidity and building considerable savings for the future. And their current mortgage was a 30-year fixed, and they had 25 years left to pay on it. So they were torn between, should they refinance to a new 30-year fixed, go back, add another 5 years on to the loan, or should they grab the shorter term, shave 5 years off the term, and get the slightly better rate associated with the 20-year fixed. Well, after selecting these options down here, the system was able to gauge their investment tolerance, their investment risk tolerance, should I say, and the system actually encompasses all of this information and comes up with proposals that I can include, or I can change, or I can add a third scenario down here if I want. But basically, it was very simple. 20-year fixed or 30-year fixed, you can see the slightly better interest rate on the 20 years as opposed to the 30. And after going through all the figures with the client, you can have a look and see if this makes sense from a monthly payment standpoint. That's their current payment, $16.27. It's going to go up $4 a month if they choose the 20-year fix, but if they choose the 30, that frees up cash for the financial advisor to invest on their behalf. Does this make sense over time? Well, let's have a look. I put in a time frame of 25 years because that's how much time is left on their current mortgage, a property appreciation rate of 2%, and an after-tax savings rate of 5%. With those figures entered, this is what the system generated. It shows us the wealth impact here. They're basically the same wealth impact for each scenario, nearly $90,000. That means they're $90,000 better off than sticking with their current mortgage. But what caught my client's eye particularly was the accumulated savings. Much more, obviously, because of the cash flow that's freed up on the 30-year fixed. And they were really concerned about that because they were worried about the current economic environment, the way the job situation is for a lot of people these days. They just wanted to be able to go back to a lower payment if there was a disaster, and they liked the idea of accumulating the savings. And when I showed them on here graphically their current repayment plan, 25 years 4 months is when they would be potentially debt free, they got quite excited because they could see on here that they could be potentially debt free in 20 years if they selected the 30-year fixed and put the monthly savings into an account with their financial advisor that's earning an after-tax rate of 5%. So also they wanted to see, well, what would happen if they put the $225 per month in savings generated by the refinance into the mortgage by in the form of additional principal payments, then actually be debt free in 20 years 4 months, a little bit longer but not much difference. So they were quite excited that they had a choice here of paying the mortgage down or adding to their savings, and they opted for the savings plan, again, because of their liquidity requirements and the worries about the financial state of the economy. So the financial advisor was very happy to hear this, of course, and they were delighted because they were now on the way to becoming debt free in 20 years by paying their mortgage off with their accumulated savings, should they so desire. Okay, so that's basically everything. The only other tab here is the Present tab, and this is a very handy feature for me and for any financial advisor that uses this system, because I can build my own plan for the customer. I can include all these items here. I can include appended materials here. If they, if this is a purchase, I might include this buying a house, for example, and then I can send it to them as a PDF, or I can send them to a website where they can browse through this plan at their leisure. But what I do most of the time is I show this plan to them as a live demo. I click here, they get an email with a link that they click, they follow a few simple steps, and then I'm able to go over this plan live when they're just sitting in front of their computer in the comfort of their own home. And of course, this button here, this is where you come in. I would send this plan to you, their financial planner, to see if you agree with my figures and see if you have any other suggestions, or if you want to make any changes. That can all be done. I'm notified, and then I can see what changes are made, and we're all on the page working together for the mutual benefit of our mutual client. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation. You can see how powerful and effective and useful it is. So if you need any more information, please feel free to email me at support@mymortgageinchicago.com. Again, support@mymortgageinchicago.com. And if you did like this presentation, please remember to click the like button on my Facebook fan page, where you should have been able to review this. And again, the fan page is Borrow Smart Plan. So thank you once more. Have a great day. Looking forward to doing a bit of business with you guys, and make it a good one. Bye bye.